To the first ever podcast episode.
Woohoo!
And, we're doing it live here on TikTok, so that's exciting.
We will be on screen eventually, just not tonight.
River. Yeah.
Right.
River.
So yeah, just a quick introduction. Oh, thank you everyone who's sharing on TikTok. We have 3 hosts on our podcast. So the 3 people you can see here, you can only see one of us, but there's me, Jessie, and then there's Ali, who's in the SPT account, and then there's Tash.
Yeah, and there will be an opportunity for anyone to ask any questions. Witness.
You might also notice our moderators are in chat as well, so I just want to say a big thank you to our moderators. So we've got Heidi, who's also known as Cotbird. We've got Kieran, Dawn, who's also known as Dawdle. I think she's off tonight though.
Yeah.
And then there's Jackie, but we call her Mum. And there's Alicia. So thanking all of our moderators.
Lovely mods.
Doing the job that they do.
Incredible.
Couldn't do that without them.
People.
And if you're not watching live on TikTok and you're hearing this on Monday, then just ignore everything I've said because it'll make no sense.
Yep.
So, yeah, without further ado, let's get on.
Yes.
So we kind of wanted to have a little chat about, I mean, it's quite deep for our first session, but there is a reason why we've done it this way. We wanted to have a chat about trauma, emotions, actions and behaviours, and a chat about the way that we encourage and inspire each other. So we did think there'd be no better way of getting into this than by interviewing our very own Ali.
Hey.
Look out. She's got no filter.
Ali.
No.
Yeah.
It's something that you've wanted to do for quite some time, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that you've got quite a lot that you want to discuss as well. So it's a topic that is very close to your heart.
It is, and hopefully it'll stop all the pressure.
Yeah, and a little bit of Ali's background, not getting into it too much because I'll let you do that yourself.
Yeah.
Ali is from our sister account called Somerset Paranormal Tales, so she runs that account there, also known as SPT, as you can see. And on her account you'll be able to see clips and live videos of Ali in her spirit shack having conversations with spirits, which is basically to learn about life after death, because we do know it exists, don't we, Ali?
Yeah.
We just want to learn more. So Ali does a lot of communication with spirit, and she's live most evenings from 7:30, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So basically,
sometimes I'm a little late.
Ali, can you start us off by telling us where your story with spirit began?
My story with spirit began when I was 17 years old. So please, I am not somebody who likes pity, sympathy or attention. I like to explain myself so that people understand that I understand exactly how they feel. It's never a look at me. It's just my way. I've never been understood. So yeah, I can come across as that I explain too much and I over explain, but it's just who I am. I like to be able to get people to understand now. So I like to explain. So don't feel sorry for me. I'm not a victim. I got interested with spirit. I was 17 years old and I fell pregnant. And obviously nobody ever, I'm sorry if anybody's had a miscarriage, by the way. This could be triggering. I'm not going to go into great detail, but it's just to give you a bit of understanding, that's all. It's not a look at me. So I fell pregnant when I was 17. It was complicated, but obviously I was nearly 6 months pregnant, and you do what you do. I was a troubled teen. Life for me changed when I was 6 years old, when my safety was taken away from me. And so, you know, I watched my stomach grow. I spoke to the life growing inside me, had it all planned out. Everything was going to give it unconditional love, the world. And he stopped moving, and I was taken to the doctors. They couldn't find a heartbeat. And then I was taken into hospital where they induced labour. His heart had stopped. He'd got the cord wrapped around his neck.
Oh, goodness.
So I was 18 years old. I turned 18. My son was still alive in my belly when I was 18, so I have no happy memories of turning 18. I don't even like to remember it. I've got no shame in showing my vulnerabilities, because when I share, because of sharing my vulnerabilities, and you know this yourself, guys, we've been able to help so many people.
Yeah.
Right? And, you know, I was induced. I went through just over 10 hours of labour. It's my only natural labour I've had, actually. So I'm grateful I got to experience natural labour. And, you know, I was pretty out of it, dragged up. You know, I was just a kid myself. What?
What the hell is that?
I don't know. And, you know, they brought him into me the next day, and I hit the self-destruct button. I thought I was trash and that I didn't deserve to be a mum. So I just went off the rails. At that time, I had 3 heroes in my life, my dad and my 2 brothers. And sadly, because I hit the self-destruct button, I drove both my brothers away and completely ruined any bond that was there. I take full responsibility for my actions and how I behaved. But, you know, I had to make a pretty difficult decision when I was 11 years old. It's one I regret making. And I did. I carried so much through my younger years. It's, you know, I didn't even understand myself. I had a heart that felt too much. I was too much. I was the girl who loved too much. You know, I was messed up, really messed up. And losing my son, I needed answers. I needed to know if I would ever get to see him again, and, you know, where he'd gone, stuff. I just needed to know. And here I am. It'll be 32 years this October.
Wow, what a story. You've been through so much.
I have. But I never looked at myself as a victim, never want anybody to feel. I don't like pity, I don't like attention. And you're here. Now this made me proud earlier. I was talking to my youngest daughter, and I said, launching the podcast tonight, and she was so excited and she wanted to be here because she actually asked if she could speak herself.
Oh, wow.
And it shocked me, and I said that we were live at 7, and she'd made plans with her friends. Now, my youngest daughter has a life-threatening metabolic disorder. She's also got chronic pain syndrome with secondary chronic fatigue. You'll hear from her again. You know, I nearly lost my daughter when she was 18 months old. My life was turned upside down within 24 hours. I had been backwards and forwards from the doctors for 3 months saying there was something wrong with my child. I knew there was something wrong. I was dismissed as paranoid, overprotective, but something in me knew there was something wrong with her. And I'll never forget it. It was a Friday afternoon, and she just went all limp. And I rang my doctors and I went, I demand to see a doctor now, and I don't want to see this stupid prick who's been dismissing me as paranoid. And there was a stand-in doctor for him that day. And do you know what? That doctor took one look at her and we were in hospital. Now, our local hospital, I don't drive, so I wouldn't really know. I guess it's 25 minutes away. We were a very long way away from London, and I had no idea what was going on. My daughter was having seizures and fits, and she was not hurt. It was horrible, and we were pulled to the side the next morning, and they said she was in liver failure, and a specialist team called CATS were coming down from London to take us up to Guy's in St Thomas. I could only go on my own, and they had to pull me aside before I stepped foot in the ambulance to tell me that if she started going into cardiac arrest, they would have to pull over on the, whatever you call it, hard shoulder. I would have to step out the ambulance because I wasn't allowed to see them resuscitating my child. Do you know, we were in London within an hour and a half. They stuck that accelerate. Honestly, I'll never forget it. And it was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then 18 hours later, they came and told me to ring home and prepare my family because she wasn't going to make it. She was put on a blood filtering machine. I didn't really take it in at the time. I guess I went into flight mode. I was on my own in a place I didn't know anybody at all. You know, people are on the end of the phone, but it's not the same as having somebody there physically with you. And I remember being told that, and after letting my family know, I just went into the toilets, and all I remember is falling to my knees and begging whoever was up there to give me a break. You'd taken one child away from me, stolen my safety at the age of 6. I'd battled so much addiction, alcoholism. I'd sorted my life out. Give me a break. I'd been there, and I'd never seen this doctor in my life, and this doctor just appears out of nowhere and knew about metabolic disorders, and he saved my daughter's life. He had it turned around within 5 days, and I never saw him again to actually thank him.
Aww.
And this is why I don't believe in coincidence.
No.
And you guys know something else that's recently happened.
Yeah.
And again, I was on my knees, and what happened?
Yeah.
So the last 12 years, me and my youngest have just, our day-to-day life isn't easy. You know, we're admitted to hospital, and it's hard. It is really hard. It's affected every single member of the family. You know, it's not been easy. That my daughter, from the age of 18 months, has known hospitals, and she was pretty much housebound for 5 years, and she's only just started living, and nobody ever stops to actually think, she's a freaking warrior, that kid. She's been through hell and back, and she's finally starting to live her life. She tried a vape. She came home and told me, and it got gossiped about, and I'm like, this is a child that has had so much struggle. What the hell?
And then to be gossiped about over trying to vape, which so many kids do.
And it's like nobody ever stops to look at what a person is going through. And I do find this a bit shameful, because it's very well known where I live that my daughter's got a life-threatening condition and a lot of problems. and she's still targeted. And I think that's very, very cruel.
It is.
Very cruel.
Yeah.
She hasn't asked for it. We all made mistakes when we were kids. That's how we learn, by making mistakes. So let her live her life, make her own mistakes, her own choices. It is her life.
Yeah.
And she deserves to bloody well live.
Yep. She's a tough cookie, that one.
She is. And so are you.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yes.
We've all done things that we regret as kids.
You guys know one thing I do not do. People might think she's a chaotic mess, but explain what I do when I'm up against something.
It's hardly a chaotic mess, you know.
Yeah, as Heidi said in the comments, an amazing kid and an amazing mum.
Yep. Absolutely.
I spiral, don't I? For a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't need anybody to rescue me. I don't need anybody to give me sympathy and say, oh my God, Ali, I'm sick. No, I don't need that bullshit. I just need people to say, hey, you're going to figure it out. You've battled through worse. You'd be like, how many hours have we spent with each other when we've all had a problem?
Yeah.
We will stay on that call until that person leaves laughing, right?
Yeah, every time.
Yeah. I did it last year and I lost my granddad. I was straight on group call, just sat there crying. They all just sat there quietly and let me cry.
Yeah.
You know,
We've all
until
been
someone.
through this together as
Yeah.
well, haven't we? With our beloved
Yep.
Kathleen. She was a really valued team member of ours that passed away. And that was really tough. We've also been through a lot as a team, really, as well. You know, we've had to grieve for people that are still alive.
Yeah.
I wondered if maybe you could touch a little bit on that, Ali.
So, I'm the kind of person that used to, not anymore, this heart is so guarded now, you have to prove that you are not there for self-gain, self-interest, and you are not temporary. I'm pretty brutally honest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you piss me off, I tell you, we deal with it, we talk about it, we don't run off and sulk, do we? We don't throw toys out the pram, we talk about it like adults, we draw a line under it. I mean, I've recently apologised to you, right, Tash? And you said I didn't even do nothing wrong.
No, I was like, what are you talking about?
If I notice, shit, I might have done something, I will own up to it.
Yeah, you felt you said something out of turn. I didn't
Yeah.
have a clue what you were talking about, but accepted the apology anyway, and we moved on.
Yeah.
Like adults.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because as a team, right, so I used to just think everybody was the same as me, generous, wanted to understand, care, just give a lot of love and support. I trusted someone with some work I did. They fooled me blind and did the dirty on me, didn't they? I accepted them into my home, welcomed them into my family, treated them a bit like a extra daughter, really.
You did.
And I got stabbed in the back. And then the other team member decided to use my story of my son and my daughter to con thousands of pounds out of people. My identity was stolen and my life story was stolen. And I was called by Wales police to inform me that somebody was impersonating me and had conned people out of thousands for her so-called daughter who had a life-threatening condition. And they even stole my kids' names, you know? And that is the worst kind of violation you can ever do to a person, which is where my understanding comes from, because I can't do those things to another person. I can't use somebody to get what I want. I can't use people to get where I want to be. I will make my own way in life. My way, my rules. If you don't like it, the door is open to leave. I
Yep.
am no longer the people pleaser, the one everybody went to, the one who looked after everybody's children for free, decorated their houses for free while they earn a living. I am no longer the person that everybody can fall back on, go running back to clean their messes up. Because
Yep.
that's what happened in the paranormal, right? People
Yep.
came running back to us to clear their messes up. We had nothing to do with the messes that were created. We stayed ourselves. We stayed quiet. I never even revealed all the details of that. Never ever going to, because I said all I had to say on the matter. So, as a team, the last 18 months has been horrific.
It has.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really has.
Yeah.
And we don't ask for it either. We are us. We don't come with. We have no interest in fame or being popular or numbers. Oh my
No.
God, numbers. Right, I'm not going to speak now until we hit 10k likes. What is going to happen when you hit 10k likes? I am very sorry, but am I missing something that magically happens?
I know, I think I might be as
Just,
well.
just saying.
Yeah,
Because,
I think we're looking on that.
you know,
Yeah.
have I gone off topic, Jess? You know what I'm like. I'll start waffling.
No, you haven't at all. No. Yeah, it's been through so much. Sorry, I've got a child who's just come in.
And really, I didn't find my path until an incredible lady blessed my life. And she told me I was an empath and got me to understand my heart. And it was like everything in my life made sense. And I
Yeah.
was able to then really look at myself because I wanted to be free from mental health. It had taken so many years of my life, taken so many people away from me through my own actions and behaviour. You know me.
Yeah.
Guilty as charged. But the other thing is, nobody ever stops. I'm guilty, but nobody ever stops to think about the silent destruction they left inside me when I wasn't given a voice to defend myself. When people used my traumas as something to gossip and laugh about, who used my addictions to shame me and point fingers and laugh. You know, it isn't nice to have your struggles and battles mocked, and it does. It makes you feel so irrelevant and that you don't matter. So you
Yeah.
bet your life I will not wallow. I will not drown in self-pity, and I will not let self-doubt consume me. The only way you get through this life is you've got two choices. You can either sit there, wallow, attention seek, popularity seek, be fake and somebody that you ain't, or you can be yourself. Face everything inside of you, stop wallowing, take action and improve your life. Because unless you take action, your life will never, ever improve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus,
Exactly.
sometimes I wish people could see some of the people I helped, and I know he won't mind me using him. But I had somebody who 8
Oh,
years of their
Taylor,
life,
Mum, can Tom stay tonight?
yeah,
Hi, Taylor.
they weren't living, their life had stopped. They had neurological issues. And I was friendly with their wife through TikTok. And within a couple of weeks, she convinced him to let me help him. And he trusted me within a couple of weeks. And his story is incredible. And I changed his life. He's now living his best life. Sent me photos of their first ever holiday, renewing their vows now.
Wow.
You know, I don't need to get credit for what I do. I do what is right in my heart. If someone comes along, I don't want to fix them. They're not broken to me. To me, they just need a bit of support and the right tools to set their lives on the right path. Isn't it better to be true to yourself and live an authentic life than to have to wear so many masks? And people do. Liars and people who gossip, they forget which masks they put on.
Yeah,
And there's
exactly.
only so long you can keep wearing different masks and you forget which one you've put on. It
Yeah.
slips, your true colours come through. So be real, be honest. Like you guys know, when I'm being honest with you, it's not to hurt you,
No.
it's to encourage you. Like, for instance, if you came to me with confidence issues, Tash, I'd work with you on it, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Until
Yeah.
you've gained the confidence to fly yourself. I
Yeah.
don't hold people back. I don't hold any of you back. I encourage you all to reach for the stars, do I not?
You do.
Yeah. Even just me being in the box now, you would never have caught me doing this 2 years ago. Never. Never.
Even though people have abused that help that you've provided in the past as well, you still continue to, support people, which I think is amazing.
It's
Yeah.
just who I am. But there comes a point in life where, your heart gets dragged through the mud. So you get it up, you clean it off, you stitch up the wounds, you start again, and then somebody else knocks you down, drags it right back through the mud. And sometimes I know I haven't asked for it, and I actually do. I sit back and I think, I never asked for that at all. I didn't.
Yeah.
But there they are, continuing, being happy and not thinking about they tricked you into caring about them when they never cared for you back. How can you do that? I can't do that to a person.
No.
If I tell you I care, I mean it. I won't fake it. I stopped being the one to contact a lot of people, and the contact stopped. That
Yeah.
told me a lot.
How are you planning on helping people going forward? Have you got any plans in place?
You know we have plans in place.
That interview style, Ali, have you got any plans?
Yes, we do. We have some big plans. We would like to help more people like us understand why have you ever been classed as too much, or I don't know, you just feel like you don't fit anywhere. You don't belong. So you try to please everybody to feel what's missing.
Where you
And
try
it
to
never
mold yourself
it
into something
yeah,
else
it
that you're
never
not?
does.
Yeah.
It never does. People pleasing just causes you more hurt at the end of the day. And this is what you have to do. You have to strip yourself back to the bare minimum. And we will be helping people, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. But every single person has an inner child, and every single trauma, insecurity, fear stems from your inner child and ego. You are always protecting that inner child. And
Yeah.
until you break through all the traumas and insecurities, I've had people come to me, right? And they've said, I have searched and searched and searched. There is no light at the end of this tunnel. And I look and I think, if only you could see what I've survived. If only you could have a little glimpse. You can. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's whether you want to find it or not.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes in. It's the willpower and the determination to turn around and, excuse my language, say, fuck you, life, and fuck you, every fucker else. You are
Yeah.
not beating me.
Mm-hmm.
accept me as I am or walk away.
Yeah,
I
you've got to
know,
find that fire in your belly.
yeah, no longer beg people to stay around. If you want to go, you go. If you cannot see the person I am today, not who I was in the past, if you can't see who I've become and what I could actually bring to your life, having battled mental health, and yes, I did attempt to take my own life. It got that bad many years ago. So when I tell you, I know despair. I know despair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, recently, and I've got her permission to talk about this because it'll highlight stuff. My youngest daughter tried another vape and it was laced with a drug called spice and she nearly died. This was just about a month ago, right? Wasn't it?
Mm.
Yeah.
Now, what these eyes saw is something else. But I didn't see what had happened. I saw the mental effect it's going to leave on my child. I didn't think about myself, did I?
No.
And you know what? For 2 hours, I walked around that hospital. I found every single dark corner I could. And I repeatedly broke myself over and over and over until it didn't hurt anymore. And then I come back and I got back up, didn't I?
You did. With broken shoes and blisters on your feet.
Yeah.
Literally.
And worn down Crocs, but yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of my daughter, would you like to hear what she did? I'm so proud of her.
Yes.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from her, yeah.
Right, because she's not here herself. This is my daughter. Didn't tell her what to say. She said, "Can I have one of your phones?" Off she went to her bedroom, and I couldn't be. She just is such an incredible warrior.
Oh,
She's
little
my
dot.
fire. She's my inspiration.
Mm.
And life definitely hasn't been easy for us, and I wanted to come on my mum's podcast to basically tell you guys that my mum isn't in it for fame, money, or anything like that. We've gone through a lot of things where she could have easily made something out of herself from it, and I want to tell you guys mostly about how it is growing up with a mum like her, because I can definitely tell you guys it's good. But I would like to start off by saying I am 14 years old and I'm turning 15 in May. Me and my mum's birthdays are like 3 days apart, so we've definitely always been quite close. And my mum is definitely one of my biggest inspirations because I'd love to be like her when I grow up. She genuinely doesn't have a care in the world. She doesn't care what people think of her. She just powers through everything and left friends to her, and I'd love to be like that. Because when I was 18 months old, I was diagnosed with a life-threatening metabolic recycle disorder, and I almost lost my life. It was pretty scary, but I don't remember anything because I was so little. But I can imagine that was very traumatizing for my mum. But she still looked after me. She gave up her job and took it on like a warrior and basically just raised me no matter what problems I had wrong with me. Because there are definitely some other medical things wrong with me. But we're not going to speak on them today, as my mum's told me to only talk about what I'm comfortable with. And that's like one of my favourite things about my mum. She's never forced me to come do a live with her. She's never forced me to do anything like to help boost her followers or anything. She's never posted on Facebook about me being in hospital because we have definitely been in and out of hospital most of our lives. But I definitely just want to say that so many people say things like around our village about what I've done and acting as if my mum doesn't know. I can go to my mum about anything, and that's what I love the most. I mean, I tried a vape when I came home and told my mum. She didn't care. She was happy I told her because we've got that on its wand. She just told me that it's not good for me, and I listened.
Didn't.
I know if I ever did anything, I could go to her and tell her, and she wouldn't shout at me or anything like that. She is genuinely one of the best mums I've ever met. Like, and I'm not being biased because she's my mum. I want to speak about being in and out of hospital most of my life as well. No matter like what happened, my mum was always by my side. I mean, in 2023, I was assaulted in hospital. My mum didn't whip out her phone and post it on Facebook. Instead, she held me and basically told me everything was going to be okay when I literally thought I wasn't going to be okay because I looked down and all I seen was my wrist pouring out with blood. It was scary and traumatizing. But my mum got me through it and I'm so grateful for that. I'm homeschooled and my mum supports everything I do. I came to my mum one day and told her I wanted to be homeschooled. She didn't say anything apart from, okay. And she supported me through it. She helps me with it. She does everything. And that's just a little bit of how an amazing mum she is. I just want to say how cool it is though as well. Like growing up with a mum who's interested in all these different things. I mean, we don't have the closest relationship with our family, unfortunately. I mean, I wish I had a really close relationship with my family members, but I pretty much only have my granddad and my Aunt Sharon. But I'm grateful no matter what. And since Tash and her mum came into our lives, we definitely felt that we finally had that family. I mean, I love Tash to bits, and I love my mum's whole team to bits. No matter what's going on, whenever I'm in hospital, they always know and they're always there for me. And like I was saying, I'm really grateful for my mum's team and everyone coming into our lives. Like whenever I go downstairs, my mum's on the phone to them, I always wait and I always talk to them. It's basically one of the best things that we've ever had happen to us. Because my mum's definitely dealt with some not so great people, and now she finally has that amazing team. My mum's always supported me. When I started doing my makeup, she let me make balloons. Even though when I started doing it, it wasn't the best, I'll admit that. And she's always supported all of us, no matter what, and I've always appreciated that. I mean, she's taught me so much, and she's definitely the reason why I don't care as much as some other girls my age do, and she's definitely the reason I am not afraid to stand up for myself and stand up for others, and she's the reason I have that confidence, because my mum's always taught me to never let people walk all over you, and I've always appreciated that, because I will definitely admit when I was little, I used to let everyone walk all over me. Then when I started speaking to my mum, she taught me so much, and she is the reason who I am today. One of my favourite things about my mum is when I came back from a holiday with friends and I told her I was speaking to a boy, she didn't freak out, she didn't yell at me, she didn't tell me I was too young. Instead, she was like really happy for me and supported me and even let him come over, which is quite like, I wouldn't say it's unusual nowadays, but it is a bit rare because I know so many people my age who aren't allowed to do that. I mean, my mum lets me stay over, that's just how much of a cool mum my mum is.
Oh, hang on, Tash. Can you hear a bit better now?
She's a bit dopey.
Thanks.
She's definitely had her funny moments. I love seeing my mum start her TikTok and start doing what she's always wanted to do, because ever since she was little, she was always fascinated by the paranormal, and she's always been fascinated with things like that. And so when I finally saw her starting to achieve what she wanted to achieve, I was so happy for her and proud of her. I mean, how many kids can say my mum does TikTok, wrote a book, all the things like that, and now a podcast. I'm actually quite like happy about that one because me and my mum are both yappers. Both do not stop talking, so I think my mum's gonna love the podcast. But I think that's all I'm gonna speak about today. Thank you guys for listening, and hopefully I will be back soon if my mum lets me, if I haven't bored everyone to death. I'm my mum's youngest daughter.
Oh, I started again. Sorry.
Oh, that was so beautiful.
Oh, bless her little
yeah,
heart.
do you know what? I was so proud. She's never done anything like that. So for her to do something like that was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only she did try a vape again, sadly.
Wow.
But yeah, so that's my daughter. You know, she is my inspiration. She's who keeps me going. All of my daughters do. You know,
She's
my
she's
eldest.
just amazing. She really is.
Yeah, my eldest again, remarkable woman. You know, very much like me, will do what she has to get by. Won't wallow. Will do
No.
what she has to. Proud of them all three.
Yeah. Yeah, they are all amazing.
I'm gonna let you guys just chat a moment. I'm just gonna
all right.
put a puppy out.
So you know, I think to myself now, you know, I've battled for basically 44 years, so I think I deserve to be kind of like left to do my own path.
Yeah, I'd say so. I would say so.
You know, I've worked so hard.
Yeah.
You know, breaking through everything I didn't like about myself, and other things as well. You know, I've suffered. Oh,
Oh,
here he
there he
goes.
goes. Hello.
For I was in an abusive relationship. I was strangled to the point I passed out, and for a while I couldn't look at myself in the mirror because I have a broken nose. So every time I looked in the mirror, that's all I saw.
Yeah.
So it also took me a lot to finally love myself.
Yeah. And so you should.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
You know, a lot of people wouldn't gone through half the shit you have. Do you know what I mean? And still be here, still be you.
yeah, I know I have every right to be a nasty, evil
Yeah.
cow, but
Yeah.
that isn't who I am.
No.
So, no. Maybe back when I had a temper, I would have been, yeah. I'm no angel.
Yeah.
Never paint myself as an angel. I'll own up to my mistakes.
But again, it's all kind of understandable. Do you know what I mean? If I ever think, right, if I'd been through that, Jesus, I don't know.
But
You know, that's a lot.
what gets me the most though is like when you're branded two-faced, right? And like say somebody's branded two-faced, and there's a
Mm.
group, and they'll go at that person, but without actually stopping, looking at themselves and thinking, actually, but I'm two-faced with other
Yeah.
friends about. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I find everything very hypocritical.
Mm. Yeah.
So, you know, if anyone thinks I've said something about them, please, you don't know who I am anymore. You know, I've basically shut myself off for the last, 2 years now, nearly.
Mm.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that actually, Ali. Why do you feel like you've closed yourself off from other people? Why have you closed yourself off from people?
Like I said, I'm no angel. When I went in depth looking at my mental health issues, I had to look at all the relationships around me as well. And you guys know a couple things I predicted, didn't I, before it actually happened?
Yeah.
You know, sadly, I lost someone who I thought was a good friend through a misunderstanding again. But now I think, actually, they always used to say that they loved me and would always be there and cared about me. But if they'd actually loved me and cared about me, they would have picked up the phone and said, "Hey, what's this going
Yeah.
on?" instead of jumping to a conclusion. So you guys know what I say. If anything I say makes somebody guilty, like feel, "Oh my God, that's me,"
Mm.
that is your opportunity to look at yourself, because it's not what the person, that's your own inner, that's your own fear and insecurity.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I've faced all the things about myself. I've fought my battles, and now my battles shouldn't be so hard, is what I'm trying to say. I
Yeah.
don't need stones thrown at me when I've gone through enough. Don't give me sympathy. Don't pity me. I am who I am.
Yeah.
I'm not a victim. I'm a survivor. I
Yeah.
survived all life's hurdles. I didn't let them beat me.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently that seems intimidating to a lot of people, but I don't understand why. If you
Well, it
actually
says more
took
about them.
yeah, if they took the time to understand me, what am I like as a person? And I hate this, so take the
Yeah.
opportunity, because it ain't ever happening again.
It's just, well, you can tell, the viewers and things can tell what you're like, and it's just even more in kind of real life, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
The big heart, help anyone. It is just that, boost you up when you're feeling a little bit, even if you don't know that you're feeling down. Ali will pick you up and you think, oh shit, I didn't realise I was feeling that low. Thanks for that.
Sandy in the comments has said, I tell people at work that all the time. If I say something you don't like, talk to me, not about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, if a lot,
That's very much what it's like with us.
and
in
this
the
is
group.
how
Yeah.
this is my perspective now, because you know what, how many people have come running to us with gossip, and it doesn't ever
Yep.
go past us, does it?
No.
It ends with us.
Yeah.
And gossip has usually ended with me. One thing I'm guilty of, I did speak to a family member because I heard a rumour, but I was concerned. And then I was a bitch for spreading a rumour. But that rumour actually ended with me, and I approached a family member who I trusted.
Mm.
Yeah,
But that
exactly.
they didn't know that that family member had told me. I was the third person to tell them that exact same thing that day.
Yeah.
So I was just concerned. It happened to be a friend. I was concerned.
Yeah.
If I'm a bitch for that, then I'll take that happily. I didn't want to see a couple of people destroyed, that was all. Through idle rumours of gossip, because that's all it is.
Well, it couldn't get further from the truth. No.
Yeah. If you spend your life just gossiping about people and running them down into the ground, you ain't even living a life.
No.
Because a lot of things you strip friendships back as well. So years and years and years ago, I'm talking when I was a kid now. Like, you always had that one friend that had to gossip about everything, right?
Yep.
So they went to every single person, which creates drama, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we were taught and had actually stopped and thought, actually, if we go to the person and deal with it, just the two of us or however
Just
many of you,
directly. Yeah.
yeah. So if you've got a friendship and all you do is gossip, strip that friendship back. Bet you've got nothing else in common with that person but
Yeah.
gossiping and running people down to the ground. And that isn't a friendship.
Yeah.
What's
No.
friendship about? Encouraging, supporting, loving,
Yeah.
being there, showing up.
Yeah.
The
Right?
good times and the bad. It's
Yeah.
not just the
Not just
good stuff.
good stuff. Yeah, exactly.
So we hope to try to highlight the fact that, truthfully, when you look at the mental health crisis that is going on, and everyone's there saying, oh, it's the NHS, it's overstretched, it's a deflection. Stop. It's all of us. We are all guilty. Why? Because we fell for the technology trap. it took away compassion, empathy, morals, respect,
Mhm.
and people became selfish and self-centered. People will screw you over left, right, and centre. It doesn't matter how much you love them if they've only got money on their mind. But they won't think about the damage they've left in that person they've screwed over.
Mm.
So it's about time, as adults in this era, we all stepped up and actually started correcting our actions and our behaviour.
Why do
Yeah.
you think it is that you've been so misunderstood, Ali?
Oh, I don't know, probably the way I come across. If you don't know me, oh, Facebook statuses was one. You wrote this on Facebook. It's my Facebook. If I want to write something, I'll write something. If you think I'm shouting and bad tempered, that is your perception. That
Yeah.
isn't who I am. When am I bad tempered?
No.
Once, oh, this was when gossiping happened about my daughter. Of course, I'm going to protect her. She's had a hard life.
Mm.
Yes, I went into defensive mode. Of
Yeah,
course, I did. That's my child. She's been through
exactly.
hell. Leave
Exactly. Went
her
into
alone.
mama mode.
Yeah. My kids have made mistakes. They are not perfect. I don't portray my kids as something perfect. Never have done, never will do. Don't portray anyone as perfect, not even myself. You
Doesn't
know?
exist.
No, I don't think perfection exists, does it?
Sorry, but I
No.
am an adult that will own up. And if you have misunderstood me, just ask me. It's that simple,
Yeah.
you know? And sometimes I think, like, should I apologise to my brothers? And then I just think, actually, they weren't angels either, and I did everything for them.
Mm.
Yeah.
So,
Do you think that's why you're kind of so understanding of people? Because you've been through so much. You know, you've seen
well,
every single angle of everything, basically, you know.
it's like I've been my own support. I'm the only person I've ever been able to rely on, you know?
Mm.
I
Yeah.
don't know. When I can feel completely defeated, like with recent.
It's
I didn't think I
Michael.
was getting back up, did I?
No.
But I did. Something inside me just ignited, and yeah. And now I'm not going to go back down.
Nope.
It's not a look at us. It's not a look at me. It's not a, oh my god, she's attention. No, I want people
No.
to understand
You know,
that.
and things like this, it's, you know, there might be people watching or in chat that have been through similar stuff, you know, and just by talking about it, it's helping,
Yeah,
Yeah.
there might be
you
somebody
know.
watching on the outside that absolutely has nobody right now.
That's what I mean. And just to hear friendly voices. Not saying I'm friendly, but I am friendly,
Yeah.
I'm joking.
You laughing at me? Oh, all right, my lover. I forgot to say that tonight, didn't I?
Her lover.
Forgot about that. But no, so I'm sure when I put the video out, people probably thought, "Oh, here she goes. She's going around raves. Bad mouth people, bad name them." No, I'm not,
No,
because you know,
that's what karma's for, you know.
I, I, I'll take 50% responsibility. I deserve everything I got. I see, now I see I've paid more than enough for what
Mm.
I got wrong. You know, I don't need it anymore.
It is nice to chat to you on this level, because I think a lot of people who are listening and watching have probably just seen you doing the talking with the spirits and stuff through the SPT account. So
Yeah,
it's nice to be
yeah.
able to have this chat at the start of our podcast and get to
It's
know you on a
it's
deeper
it's like
level.
us as a team, isn't it? We talk about meaningful stuff, like stuff that actually matters. We don't we focus on each other's growth, don't we?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
not
100%.
not getting one up on each other or outdoing
Oh
each
God, no.
other. It's or trying to screw each other over.
Yeah.
Just bored with that. Hi to everybody at home. 237.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was it. Was just a bit about me, really. I'm not an evil person. And
Far
also,
from
I
it.
want to say, I'm not the real villain in anyone's story because it's 50-50.
Yeah.
Nobody's innocent.
Well, thank
No.
you for sharing your story, Ali, and for stripping back and letting us see you for you, really.
Yeah, not just, in the shed. The
Yeah.
shed lady, it's
Yeah,
more to that than
there is more to me than that, and I
yeah.
have a hell of a lot of love to give, don't I?
Yeah,
A lot of
100%.
time, a lot of patience.
Yeah.
So going forward, I think are we all right to talk about the website a little bit?
Yeah, let's fire away.
So we are going to be launching a website soon, which will be to help people.
Yeah.
Go on, Ali.
So, if you are somebody that does feel out of place and like you don't belong and you really don't understand yourself, then it's quite possible you could be an empath. And this is where we can help you, and we can help you to turn your life around and provide the right support for you to do that.
Yeah.
And basically, our goal is to try and free as many people from fear and insecurities as possible. So you don't even fear death like us. So you can
Nope.
start living your life. Find your passion inside you. Don't let anything hold you back. Don't If a door opens, if a job comes up and you think, I want, go for it. If you get knocked back, flip it. Think, where could I improve? Don't ever let life knock you clean on your ass and not get back up,
Nope.
because you're just stagnant. You're not living, you're not existing, you're stagnant.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you haven't even got the drive to want to change your life. Now, that is a person that has no ounce of self love at all.
Yeah. So, raising frequencies and
Mm,
dissolving egos, all of that will be covered
yeah.
in the website. It's going to be
It's,
really good.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like fear and ego are your worst enemies.
Yeah.
They are absolutely your worst enemies. And you need to take back control of your emotions and the course of your life, so you don't doubt yourself anymore. So that you just saw, don't you?
Yeah,
You
you live your
just
best life.
Yeah.
you keep, like, Tash, what did I say to you? Explain how you joined the team.
Oh God. Where do I start? Like many people do, you randomly on the FYP came in, was in for a few days, then, decided I was brave and bright in chat. Bearing in mind this was nearly 2 years ago, so I wasn't TikTok, didn't know what I was doing or anything like that. And I just said, I don't know how I've ended up in here. I obviously have for a reason, but it's just okay.
As a Waller, you
Hi,
ended up here because of
Walter.
him.
Yeah, I'm getting there, Walter. I'm getting there. Shush.
For
Thank
anyone
you.
who doesn't, for anyone who
Right.
doesn't know, Walter's just
Oh,
is we think it's Tash's spirit. Well, we know it's Tash's spirit guide, and he's just set off some of the equipment that's in Ali's
yeah.
at the moment.
So
Just gonna
anyway, as I was saying, Walter, yeah, fell in the live, was like, oh, this place is amazing. You guys are lovely. Kind of everything you're saying is clicking, making sense, la, la, la. And then Walter came along, my lovely, lovely Walter, who we found out was my spirit guide.
is the
Yeah,
best.
Ali decided to drag me onto the team, and I did.
Shut up, I didn't drag you. You took 3 months. I said there's a
Oh
spot on
no.
the team if you ever want it, but strap in your seatbelt, and you thought I was joking.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's another story for another day. But yeah, that's how I ended up there. Water is amazing. Obviously, I knew about spirit guides and I knew a bit about paranormal and spirituality and everything like that, but obviously I know bloody loads now. Um, yeah, so literally found my spirit guide. It's
Opens up
just
a whole new
it's
world, doesn't it?
yeah, it's just been an absolute literal roller coaster. And you
Tash,
need to
actually,
have the
I have.
double seat belts on a roller coaster for this journey, not just a normal car seat belt. You need like the
The ones that
overhead
come down over
things.
your head.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what you need. That is
Sorry,
what you
Tash,
need.
I have to shame you.
Oh,
So
go for
Tash
it.
actually said to me she was an emotionless robot.
I did. I said I'm a robot. I don't cry. I don't cry. Well, I didn't. Now I scroll through TikTok crying at army people coming home and cats that are really funny and dogs that are cute and what?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
honestly, I was just
Tash, you
I
can.
remember messaging her saying, I'm crying again. What have you done?" No, I'm just scrolling through TikTok and I'm bawling like a baby.
It's like a switch that flicks in your head, isn't
Yeah,
it?
And it wouldn't
yeah.
be right if we didn't give Chief a little shout out.
Oh,
So,
really? You
yeah,
go
go
for it.
on.
I'm not talking. I'm not.
Yeah, I ain't either.
I'm still in the mood with him.
Oh, so it's up to me then.
Hey,
Yeah,
he called me a troll the other night, out of
yeah.
order.
Well,
Chief is another resident spirit from Ali's shed. Well, he's not from Ali's shed, but that's where he sort of hangs out quite a lot now, isn't it?
Also
oh,
attached to Tash. She came with
Also,
two
yeah,
surprises.
Tash actually
yeah,
knew him when he was on this Earth plane, so he's got a special bond with Tash.
yeah. Special
um,
being the operative word, but yes,
love-hate relationship with me.
And
yeah. And
he does mess around with us all. He'll flash Tash's lights.
mm,
He he's moved things in our houses, and then he goes on
teamed
when
up
Ali
for it.
goes live. He actually admits that it was him. He listens to our conversations and tells everyone in Ali's lives what we've been talking about.
Yeah,
He's
it's
brilliant,
hilarious, isn't it?
and
It's a pain in the ass.
he will call people out as well, and
Yeah.
basically tell them off in his own way, which is quite hilarious.
Mm.
We couldn't not give Chief a shout out. And we call him
Oh,
Chief because that was the name that he chose for us to call him. That wasn't obviously his real name, but that's the name.
Yeah, he wanted Lord Chief, didn't he?
Lord
I
Chief.
yeah.
wouldn't. I
Yeah.
wouldn't
Lord
settle
Chief.
for the Lord. And
No,
then
that's
Legendary the other night. No, absolutely not.
no, he's pushing it now.
Absolutely not. Legendary. Far from it.
So yeah, it's been really interesting. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for well, you know, explaining everything, Ali, and being vulnerable. Because I think
yeah,
it's quite a hard thing to do, but
The
I think
thing
it's
is, I'm no longer ashamed of my story, and
yes,
I've I've closed the door on who I was. I'm
yeah,
focusing on who I've become, and I just want to be able to do that now.
yeah,
yeah. And you'll be helping so many people that have literally gone through the same, lost a baby, because, it's more common than you think. I didn't realize how common it was until I lost a baby. And then obviously I put the things, it's on October where you light a candle and it's, the stuff for
Yeah,
babies and things. And then, you get people commenting, people I've known for years, oh yeah, I've lost two. And it's like, oh my God, it's so common.
yeah,
But for people that don't know it's common, like I didn't, might feel, oh,
it was really
okay.
strange
yeah,
though, because that experience, I remember I went to a
Blah, blah, blah.
spiritualist church with a friend,
Hmm.
and there was a clairvoyant talking, and he said something about the back row, and he pointed, and I thought he's pointing at me, and he just went, "You had to go through that experience."
mm,
And when I look back now, see, I think actually, if I hadn't lost my son, I wouldn't know what natural labour felt like, because I've had three
Yeah,
C-sections because I lost my son and then had 3 more miscarriages.
yeah,
I was told I couldn't have no more children. That's why there's a 13-year age gap between my eldest and my middle daughter. That's
Mm.
what sent me into alcoholism, being told I couldn't have any more kids. I didn't feel like I was a woman, you know?
Yeah.
Your insecurities come out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I understand loss,
Yeah.
you know? Sorry, if it's got a heartbeat, it's a loss.
Yeah.
It's a baby.
I like what
You know.
Sandy in the comments has said. You own your story instead of it owning you. I think that's
Yeah.
exactly. I don't let my
You tell your story.
story.
Your story doesn't tell you. Yeah.
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 100%.
And we'll be here for people who want to start their journey of healing themselves as well, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, free yourself. You can do it. You just have to want to do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you've helped so many people in the past. We want to keep helping people going forward as well.
Yeah.
So that's where our journey is going to be going from here. We are going to obviously still do the paranormal, the spirits and things like that. We're still going to be doing that. We are going to be touching on true crime.
Yeah.
And I know Ali loves psychology, so we're going to be looking
Getting in the minds of a serial killer.
Yeah.
Serial killer and maybe why they did the things they did.
Yeah.
We
may have a really fascinating theory.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
With regards to mental health as well.
Yep.
That one's going to be really good to talk about.
Mm.
Well, you know.
Yeah. And of course, we're going to be doing spooky stories. So, through spooky stories, if anyone has any that they want, you can remain anonymous. That was the mouth.
Davey, you're not included in that. Oh, what's tapping in my ear?
I heard that.
Yeah, I heard that.
Tapping.
Oh, Chief.
Oh, for God's sake.
Are you in the set at the moment, Ali?
Yeah. I came down here for peace and quiet.
Brilliant.
Yeah, right. With Chief, really?
Yeah, well, he was a bit leery earlier. He's not even speaking anymore.
Oh, good.
Oh, Alicia, you'll have to come on for that one. Alicia in the comments said, I did a report about mines on them, on the serial.
Oh, yeah. Let's drag Alicia on for that conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
Just so interesting, you know, picking apart like where it started. Did they have childhood trauma? Was, you know, anything really. It's just so fascinating.
A lot of them did. Yeah, a lot of them did. You know, when you look into it, there was a lot of the some of them had head injuries, and that's what started for them. Some of them had really traumatic experiences in their childhood, and that's what started it for them. You know, we're going to get into all of that. It's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Really exciting. Yeah. So thank you everybody for joining us tonight. And is there anything else you wanted to say before we end?
I don't think so, but to anyone on the outside I may have offended or upset over time, I am truly sorry, and I do wish you the very best out of life. You know, the doors have all been closed. I need
onwards and upwards.
Yeah.
I've got that song in my head that goes moving on up.
What you like?
Keep those frequencies up.
We'll be back tomorrow night. And Davey, we are going to church this week. Yeah.
Take me to church. Yeah,
We'll
see
see
she's
if
up
we can
again.
hear any more horses, or was it a cat as well?
Yeah, a cat and a horse.
Okay,
Ali sometimes goes to her local church to do her lives, where she communicates with the spirits, and we hear really random things there. We've heard horses go past, cats. Yeah,
no, very weird. I haven't heard them mind actually at the time, have I?
No,
you don't hear them, but we hear them in the live. It's really strange. So
the horse was even worse, wasn't it? It was only the males that heard it.
Yeah.
That was a bizarre night.
Odd.
Oh, should I play it?
Yeah, go on.
Here we go.
Because it's so loud when you listen to it back, but no one heard it apart from a couple of males that were in chat.
I did not. None of the females heard it. None of us. It was so weird.
It's the cat for me. I was like, what was that?
I know, you sent it to me, didn't you? And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Oh, thanks, Alicia.
Thank you, Alicia.
And Debbie. Sleep well. Yeah. The loudest horse that was never there that you've ever heard.
Yeah.
It was a proper clip, clop, clip, clop
noise
going past.
Davey was going mad, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. We were like, "Are you okay, Dave? You've had a knock to the head or something?"
Why will you not tell us? Right, hang on. This shell. Where does our soul go? Can I try to put a horse just gone past? No. What did you hear? No, I'm not kidding. How can a horse go past? The road's all the way down there.
It's so
There's a
loud.
horse out here. I actually thought David was winding me up.
Yeah.
It's so cool. So cool.
Oh, look, I didn't even have a drink that night.
Yeah, for once.
I'm so glad we got it recorded though, the sound, because I don't think people would believe it, would they?
No.
No,
And
it's
the thing
not.
is, the
No.
road isn't even near where you were
No.
filming, so
No.
it's
Well,
way
on the video,
down.
you can see I actually go outside and everything, don't you? You would have.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird one.
That's so cool.
So it was it's like it went past me, innit? Like right in front
Yeah.
of me.
Yeah, it was quite
Very
fast
strange.
as well. Like it was. At
Yeah.
some point. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you.
And we
Yeah,
will let you
thank
know when
you.
the next podcast will be out. So sorry, little one. So yeah, follow us and keep an eye out for our updates on when the next live's going to be. We'll probably film them like this quite a lot, to be honest. Do it
Yeah.
live on TikTok and then post it the next day.
Yeah, because
Hopefully we'll do it every Sunday and Monday. That would be quite good. But we'll get into a routine at some point. It's the first one. It's always going to be
Yeah.
bumpy.
we can
Isn't it?
have a couple nights off the paranormal, can't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or I can
Yeah.
just chill and sit back instead of having to focus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. Well, big love to you all, and
Yeah. Thank you very
take care.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you everyone. Night.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.